Adishima me mamu nyina adwuma makwaba eba United Television so yakase bo a osamufo so no so de ama efi oman mu ne ama hoduro bi so na anwumre yede esomu fi ship house abeka junction ewo enkrana ye kan mo say this way chocolate drink and the coffee drink special essential and special drink for de abeka ho ye cocktail a de ye papa best service salute and best assurance you too and chilling and if you need fufu wo nyina ka ho bi na anwumre kasebo yi yede brew ne ye ka wo so ko DSTV obenya yen our channel 360 Samsung Facebook and social media handles how do ni nyina UTV no sia kaseboyi etwagu ewo ho na ensema de brem yedi makuti ni bi ni se ye man pani his excellence na adodankwa Akufo-Addo place ya kasai wa yen sakremu ewo na so afo mu
na omampani na adodankwa Akufo-Addo asan aye amamre ne amane na high court judges bet say aduonu baako no wode wonjuma ahye wonsa
na ye kwam na sebedwamu so as speaker of parliament e de ato NDC panyimfo anansen ye yi omu fi minority enimu ne se wo mo fa sa ho kwan no ensua de foforo
na yada so wo mra sebedwamu e ho e na speaker of parliament ato sa Afra finance minister sa wo mra mechechire mu domestic debt exchange no nchechemu e fa ho bia no wo fa meto wo wanim
eja to bia bi e Waterma community 18 na nema asai no enya sem koma
na eye mpanimfo ye yi won so mu ni minority no anim e wo mrahye bedwam no wo mahyebo se wo mu beboa ama enema akoso yie pa e wo mrahye bedwam
ense bi ka we no mu ne do so mu se kasebo akenka fo ye so mo na nwumre eye me eja kwabena mene
adwoa obi ya obin
Africa kasebo na mu nsam nie ye man pani his excellence na adodankwa Akufo-Addo so do me mamra ema ho kwan so betu sekremu ewo na mamu mu no sese yakasai wa yen sekremu ahodo bi ewo na mamu mu na ode nkrata na akwa speaker of parliament say wonso mu na sampanyifo wayi omu no yetoto oma no na yehwe so mo sefata na yaje omatum ama dibre de ahye omonsa no wo mo atumi anya mpanifo amampani ayi wo mo so me asofo yi eye ononyafo Katie Hammond oya danse so kwam na sebedwani woni yayi ne so me soafo behwe adwadie ani mfinnwuma ho ensem so sanso na wura Brian Achiampong ono eya beti film na bedwani yeyi no so omeyeso afọ behwe nuane eni kuayo so owura Stephen Asamoah Boateng asabi no wono na mampani yeyi ne so omehwe ye nanan ahemfo ene yamamre ene nyamesumu ensam ewo mayimu ononyafo obi amoa ono so mampani yeyi ne so omeyeso afọ a ohwe potama mamu ene krase mpuntu nsam so wo me kan bi Dr. Amin Adam wono so eni se so afọ wo mampani aso ya obehwe se obeye aswe obeda aswe ya ehwe o sikasam antutuye ho ensam so onunyafo Herbert Krapper wona sese yeyi no se womra emeye sofa be de ekire obehwe nyinama hode nsam so no aye kan asem yi o sofa be de ekire a wo hwe eye mfirinyuma na afen so adwadie ho ensam so ti no ye na efiri wo de ne kọ aswe ya ehwe anyinama hode nsam so Honorable Dr. Stephen Amoah Stika ono se ehia so mra sebedwani yeyi ni se won kwaswe ya ehwe adwadie ene mfinyuma nsam so se soafo abedi ekire empanyifo asemi ene parliament na ekokopie mu.
This is to inform you of certain changes that I intend to make to the government with the approval of Parliament. Following the resignation on 3rd January 2023 of Mr. Alan Kyerematen as Minister for Trade and Industry, of Dr. Owusu Afriyie-Akoto on 10th January 2023 as Minister for Food and Agriculture, and of Honorable Ebenezer Kojokum, Member of Parliament for Ahanta West, on 3rd February 2023 as Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. I have, in accordance with Article 78(1) of the Constitution, nominated the following persons to be appointed as Ministers of State in their place, subject to the approval of Parliament. 1. Honorable Kobina Tahir Hammond, Member of Parliament for Adanse Asokwa, Minister for Trade and Industry. 2. Honorable Brian Achiampong, Member of Parliament for Abetifi, Minister for Food and Agriculture. 3, Mr. Stephen Asamoah Boateng, Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. I have further nominated the following persons as Ministers of State, subject to the approval of Parliament. 1. Honorable Mohammed Amin Adam, Member of Parliament for Karaga, currently the Deputy Minister for Energy, as Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, to replace Mr. Charles Adubuahin, the former Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance. And 2, Honorable Osei Bonsu Amwa, Member of Parliament for Akwapim South, currently the Deputy Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, as Minister of State at the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. As a consequence of the nomination of Honorable Mohammed Amin Adam as Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, I want to inform Parliament, for its records, that I intend to transfer Mr. Herbert Krapper, currently Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, to the Ministry of Energy as Deputy Minister for Energy to replace Honorable Mohammed Amin Adam. As a result of the vacancy which will be occasioned because of the reorganization of government, I have, in accordance with Article 79(1) of the Constitution, nominated Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa, Member of Parliament for Nshiaso, as Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, subject to the approval of Parliament. It is my hope that the approval of the above named minister designate and Deputy Minister designate can be done expeditiously to enable me fill the vacant positions in the government as soon as possible. Yours sincerely, Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo.
Na yenko abankesie mu eho na omampani Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo aye amamre ene amane ede judges aye new high court judges womo anosombe te se aduonu baako 21 wode womo dwumadie ahye womo nsa na womo so adinse akantam se womo ebeboa pa ma atemuo adwumakuo no afa ne ntoma pa afura sa dwumadie wi ekoso ewo abankesie mu ene de ya.
Having been appointed a justice of the High Court.
Having been appointed a justice of the High Court.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
To the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
That I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the Republic of Ghana.
That I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the Republic of Ghana.
That I will truly and faithfully.
That I will truly and faithfully
perform the functions of my office.
Perform the functions of my office.
Without fear or favor.
Without fear or favor.
Affection or ill will.
Affection or ill will.
That I will at all times.
And that I will at all times uphold,
preserve, protect,
and defend
the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana.
the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The 21 justices, 12 men and 9 women, whom I have just sworn into office, upon the advice of the Judicial Council, given in accordance with the provisions of Article 144, Clause 3 of the Constitution, are eminently fit and qualified for the position of justices of the High Court and have the impartiality of mind and independence of spirit necessary to hold this high office. The High Court is the focal point for justice delivery in our judicial structure, as much of judicial work begins and ends there. It is therefore critical for the growth of our nation that the High Court commands the respect of the people by the quality of its decisions as well as by the comportment of its judges. So to you, newly sworn in justices, I say that it is essential that you show that you are honest, possess integrity, and a sound knowledge of the law. A corrupt or incompetent judge is a danger to the public interest and judicial administration. The situation where judges prefer judgments on the basis of decisions from lower courts and cite them as law is not acceptable, and even less so when judges cite no authority at all for their rulings and give orders without reasons. You must be learned, know your case law, and ensure your decisions and judgments are properly motivated.
Se yakon na sebedwa mu a ye nyina ye nim sandi sama yoko na nche bia na kanifo ada party na no eyen sakramu kakra wodonkum na sebedwa mu no o mo ba no da dibre no amonunyafo har na adrisu ye ni firi ho ema onunyafo Dr. Kesli ato forcing ene edin besi na nan ne sakramu hodo ayeye edi ho ye bebre bai na so no mpanyifo a wo party na no etena se masisi no ye atumi ato ye ngene wo kom na sebedwa mu no Speaker of Parliament edit wo mu a na nka wo ye mpanyifo mo da ba donkuma na no ansisi ye mo afiri wo no se saa ye mo afiri wo no mema ne nye omo ya na mo no omo fa ne se ho kwan bi obetumi da fa so edi esua ne afofuru bi a ebeboa ama party no ene na sebedwa mu akonani.
So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to draw attention to the budget that this House approved, the 2023 budget, paragraph 278, page 71. This is what the minister told us. I quote with your permission, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the details of the debt operation program will be announced soon to the public and the investor community after the necessary engagements with all relevant stakeholders, unquote. Mr. Speaker, these engagements have not taken place. Members of Parliament have not been engaged. This House has not been engaged. The individual bondholders have told us that they were not engaged. Indeed, the President had assured them a few days prior to the announcement that they will not be part of it, they will be exempted. Now, all of those who were told they will be exempted have all been included. And Mr. Speaker, this is a matter of great concern, and this House cannot pretend that our people who we represent here, our constituents, who are so affected, including some of us, Honorable Speaker, who are affected by this exchange program. We need to be briefed. The Minister for Finance must appear before us, and we must debate and agree exactly what should be the nature of this domestic debt exchange program.
In the budget of 2023, we mentioned, this House approved that policy, that we were going to come up with a domestic debt exchange. And Mr. Speaker, based on the budget that was approved, Parliament gave us permission to spend compensation to a certain tune. And it's the same with our borrowings to a certain tune. And then capital expenditure as well as goods and services. And for my friend on the other side to say that we are now going to borrow, these are funds that were approved for us to utilize previously. And government is saying, I'm engaging with you to make sure that due to the conditions in which I find myself now, I will not be able to discharge what initially I had agreed with you. And Mr. Speaker, let me put it on record that the pension funds are not part of this exercise that we are doing.
My understanding is that both sides agree that the minister be scheduled to come and brief the House, policy statement, and some details about the debt arrangements. Parliament is ever prepared to assist government to get out of this quagmire. The minister be scheduled by the business committee as early as possible, because this is an urgent matter. If the pensioners are picketing at the ministry, we need to do this as quickly as possible.
Where you never call my shabby no domestic debt exchange program wa abandi abano ho komo ene ho bobo na nam na shabby jafo edi no tiafei ena ensamo speaker kan e de fa mpanifo a na da donkoma na no yasesa wo no afutu ode ma wo no wo kan no ma yenkotie no so.
I was formally informed of the reshuffle of the leadership by the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kweti, by a letter dated 23rd January 2023. The new leaders are Minority Leader, Honorable Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen, Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable Kofi Ama Boa, Minority Whip, Honorable Kwame Abuja, First Deputy Whip, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and Second Deputy Whip, Honorable Comfort Doyo Dancer. The new leaders have all been in this house for a while and are very conversant with the culture and law of Parliament. I have confidence in their ability to meet the high expectations of our stakeholders. On behalf of the House and on my part, I warmly welcome them to the hot seats of the leadership of my Parliament, and I want to emphasize hot seats of the leadership of Parliament. Congratulations, and I wish you well. The former members of the leadership, led by Honorable Haruna Idrisu, must be applauded too. Their record of performance is visible for all to see. And I hope the new leadership will continue to draw from their fountain of wisdom, trove of wealth and experience. I know what it entails as a veteran of this journey and experience to lead a populous minority caucus in Parliament. All I can say to the former leaders is, the Lord is your shepherd. You shall not want. When one door closes, many doors open. And I tell you for sure that many of the open doors are better and higher than the closed door. Look at the open doors and not the closed one.
Abusiafo mugusu a hwe UTV anyumre brem kase boba bia ye dri ye betwa ye ho ne akwa akwaje aboafo nkrato aba ye ba ye beto akase.
Yɛkɔ to Nkraya Bekasiebo no yɛtoa so.
Yɛtoa so dia na yɛkɔ ɛyɛ Ghana aban ɛne asoyɛ hwɛ ɛyɛ ahohoyɛ ho nsɛm so ɛyɛ Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture wɔn ɛne Cocoa Board aka bom yɛ asesian Ghana Tourism Authority for no so ɛbɔ wɔn akyi dɔm na 2023 National Chocolate Week no wɔn apa ho ntoma yɛ wɔn akyi mu sɛ every 9th ɛkɔkɔpem 14th February no ɛyɛ ade a wɔn ɛbɛfa so abɔ ɛyɛ chocolate ho ɛyɛ developer ɛwɔ my Ghana mu sɛ de bɛyɛ Ghana for dodo no ano ebehunu fasoa ahodo a yebenya afri chocolate mu ewo man yi emu.
National Chocolate Day no say ya tremu abaye National Chocolate Week from 7th to the 14th. Na yeni so ade hu pa ne say pese cocoa na yedua no yetumi edane mu kakra ye process wo Ghana ha say. Na ye no so fi wa nipa dodo a wo bibrem so no etumi edibi. FSA you be producing 1 million tons. Now you produce 1 million tons near the beans in aqua bruchrea. You home fast what to say you produce you best process wa. Tiano na yesho mukran so mo hwe na into process e wa ha say. No ma kwa taste no na no ye be ya. O see dey ani hwe ye man no ba bia sectors of the economy asika wom. Omo make super profits near there no yetumi ahwe kwan on be fa so. No mdom sika ne bia support sa programs no. Ye boy en kwala no ma wono mutumi a developer taste for cocoa now. That market and also to
we have managed to establish a high degree of association between tourism and cocoa-based products, one of which is chocolate, and positioned it as a veritable component of the Ghana tourism experience. The socio-economic benefits of increased local consumption of chocolate are many, and the Ministry of Tourism will continue to actively support the National Chocolate Week celebration.
Children and adults who take cocoa regularly are less likely to fall sick compared to those who don't take cocoa. This is a fact, undeniable. The presence of high percentage of antioxidants, named as your flavonoids in cocoa, helps to improve cardiovascular health. Let us share the news about health values of cocoa. Let us patronize cocoa products for ourselves and for our loved ones, and collectively work towards making Ghana a cocoa-consuming country.
Especially royal, a bono anopa, a year, because for one of my bo, and my whole day, a customer for in a say, cocoa, yanumbi,
yeah, chocolates, we have 3 different types of chocolates. Basically, we are selling healthy, customized, luxury, and then convenient delivery of the chocolates, and as well as the derivatives. And so we are looking at how best we can up our game as chocolatiers to be able to make available specialty chocolate, organic chocolate, and a premium chocolate to the local market and international market. Yeah, it's starting from the 9th to the Chocolate Day, which doubles as the Valentine's Day.
Ye kwata mamoto we ye obronu bia ye friend Cambodia Samson na omo kire se eja to na ne ma si ase no enya semkuma.
I was around town when my boy called me that there was fire. There's a fire burning in my yard. So when I came, I learned that it was burning. But before then, there was a light off. I have a factory. Yeah, a factory. So because the light off, I went out. So when I came back, I learned that the light was not on. But I don't actually know what happened before the fire started burning here. 227. As you can see, the numbers on the kiosks. Last year, in the night, but it wasn't harder than this one. That time it was 5 kiosks that got burnt, but we contributed and then helped them. So I believe this one will do the same thing. That is my suspicion because there's no light, there's a light off. So I believe someone left his cylinder. That caused the problem. I believe they all see what has happened. So the only thing I will tell them is, and everybody should be alert. If you are going out, make sure you put your light system off, your cooking intensive like gas cylinder, electric stove, all those should be put off before you go out. Though the fact that there's no light, but at least maybe when we call them, within 5 minutes, they arrived here. So we thank them very much. If not because of them, team would have been worse than this. So we thank them very much.
Na minority leader says here you know ewo mrashebedwam honorable Dr. Kaysel Atuforsin or no any woman says here yi woman aka ne ho no woman ahyebo se woman ba be adwumaden pa ewo mrashebedwam enipa ya boni din aka won ho an ye gye woman atomu no honorable Emmanuel Ama Kofibo a wono ye deputy minority leader honorable Governance Kwame Agbuza wo minority chief whip honorable Ahmed Ibrahim wono so deputy minority chief whip and honorable Comfort Doyo Ganza wono so second deputy chief whip asankofo nyina no wo mo ahyebo so mbe ya adwumaden pa aboa dom kuma no ewo emrahye.
Mr. Speaker, and with all humility, I recognize this as the greatest honor done me and my new leadership colleague, made up of Honorable Ama Kofibo, Honorable Kwame Abuja, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and Honorable Comfort Doyo. Mr. Speaker, we wish to convey our profound gratitude to our party, the great NDC in particular, and our colleagues on the minority side for this opportunity to serve at an even higher level and to help shape the trajectory of Parliament. Again, Mr. Speaker, I would like to express on behalf of my colleagues our profound appreciation and thanks to the immediate past minority leader and my senior brother, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, for his many years of distinguished public service and his sterling leadership of the minority caucus since 2017. Mr. Speaker, his is an honorable political and legislative career which has become a reference point for many who aspire to participate in Ghanaian politics and particularly in public service. To my colleagues on the minority side, we pledge to offer a fair and unbiased, balanced, consultative and principled leadership in our journey to broaden the frontiers of parliamentary oversight and to hold the Akufo-Addo and the Alhaji Bawumia government to account in a manner that helps deliver public goods. Mr. Speaker, to my colleagues on the majority side, I wish to convey from this side of the House that even as we remain firm, resolute, and principled in our journey to discharge our oversight duties as a caucus, we shall not be needlessly obstructionists in as much as what is under consideration is in the interest of the people of Ghana, and the right process and requirements have been adhered to.
Wabra kasa wie no dom kese on asebedwam so ba no Daniel Nyamfo osache mensa bonso so kase ya ma oma kwaba na kwaba omom nyina eche omo hwe kwanse wono be ye adwuma na bo ama na asebedwam so atumi akodanim.
Let me take the opportunity to express my profound appreciation to the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the Honorable Muntaka, and also the Honorable James Abeji in the services that they've rendered, not only to the minority caucus, but also to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, they've been of tremendous assistance in building Parliament as an institution. Mr. Speaker, occasionally in our working relationship, there were hiccups, but that is what happens in the established parliaments in all established democracies. The Honorable Haruna Idrisu have become part of me for the past 6 years that we worked together. On occasions, there were allegations of a sellout. Mr. Speaker, let me use this occasion to state emphatically and unambiguously that no such thing ever happened. We developed a very harmonious working relationship, and people then read meanings into them. The business of the minority leader to assist the majority leader in facilitating government work program. And if a person does that, that should not be perceived as selling out to the majority. Mr. Speaker, I wish all the former leaders whose names I've mentioned, Haruna Idrisu, James Abeji Kluche, and the Honorable Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed, very well wherever they find themselves.
Let me take this opportunity to also welcome the new leadership of the minority to their new position. I trust that as leadership, we can work together to build Parliament.
Na yadaswa ewo mrashe bedwam ho na NPP Northern Regional Caucus a wo mo ewo dom dodo mu ewo mrashe bedwam na ebo so se NDC akandifo anase NDC anyamanyokuo nimpanimfo no reshuffle ya wo mo eye ya wo maka se anase wo mo keka se eye regional balance e na wo mo ehwe ejanase wo mugina so edi sa akandifo no wo mo ehwe na gin a wo hunu se eyade a ambalance kra enti wo mo srempanimfo se wo mo san enhwe ne bio na wo mo san enkomra.
As it were, we felt that it was just the normal rumor because we didn't expect such changes, particularly that it was not a fair in terms of representation from the north. But today, when we came into the chamber, we observed that, in fact, some changes have been effected in terms of the certain arrangement, where Haruna Idrisu as the minority leader and Honorable Muntaka as the minority chief whip used to sit. We have had new people who have to sit there. And also following the statement by the Speaker to the effect that he has received some correspondence from the NDC party effecting some changes, made us to believe that the rumor that we heard during the recess is true. And so we said that we need to let the public know that we've had the news, but we think that it is not a fair statement. It is not a fair change because you have 5 northern regions who contribute significantly to the progress of the NDC in terms of presidential vote and in terms of numbers in parliament. Out of the 57 MPs that we have from the north, 37 of them are from the NDC side. And so for you to effect changes and take out the northern representatives on the minority side, we think that it is unfortunate, it is unfair, and it's unacceptable. These changes took away Haruna Idrisu, who was a minority leader from the north. It took off Mutaka, who is a Zongo man, and so Zongo representation and northern representation has been taken out of the NDC leadership, which is a complete disrespect for the northern part of Ghana and for the Zongo communities. And we think that this must, the media and Ghanaians in general, we have to draw your attention to it.
Atrenchema esi ye ewo Turkey yasa so so esi ye nipa baboro empimunum na sisi yake so mahwe mo enkwa no na Ghana ni di hye bo ni e fa no Christianachu na wono so ka bebi asase wusu edan dwurugu na woka ho bi yesu agu ye mu ama adoma ye yadom ama sisi saka branche no obotinkwam adokitafo ehwe no na ne na akoma se bedwam a ene Speaker of Parliament e da to dwachirem se twede ampo Nyankopon yi oman Ghana da na se papa se wotumi amaye hu achu na wosrese Yakupon Bemana Hodin, Lotima Sorajan and Nasuntem.
Let me at this juncture, on behalf of the Parliament of Ghana, add my prayers to the many supplications being made on behalf of our former Black Stars player, Christian Achu, who we are told has been pulled from the rubble of the earthquake that ravaged parts of Turkey and Syria yesterday. We wish him a speedy recovery.
Yenyina wesu ne enkoje aboafo nkrato emraye ba yebeto akase ebo no so.
Ewiade Sibama yekoto nkra yasan aba na yedikase bo no community watch no ene yekọ nkurase ni nkuru kasie mu oha hodo amanfo wo no wo mode etu yanim
ene na yenkopie mu ewo headmaster Emma Kofiase Adventist Senior High Technical School eye Owura Peter Adu Sapon enchen watoto asre aban ne wo mo sem ewo bie se enema baako mienu bi atosini ewo school mu ho wo mo esre mpanifo ni titiru adan ne nema hodo betimi aboa wo mo ama wo mo asuade ye wo ho no eyade aho akọ atwepa wo mo sre mpanifo se wo mo mehwe enye ho bibi ema wo
Owura Peter Adu Sapon a headmaster ewo Kofiase Adventist Senior High School edito yenim se esukufo no dodo no kwa na ekosro enunti ombehia classroom blocks and dormitories no bebre wotre mu se omusuku no eba no abefo ho adesua edo ne ade omoye ade wo papa nanso akade ne niam ombetimi de akye nkwada no ama omahu abefo nimde adesua no eso no ehon so ayede amomo na wodan ne di se sesi a wokasa die omobehia suku nkonya be wo hanum a eno de mi abuama adechire ni adesua etimi akonanim no ne UTV kase etwetwe nkomo wa bra ye konsrahwe ewo musuku mu honum
TVET no se say woko GS na say woko Ministry of Education na TVET na tene ho kakra ay technical vocational ayi no but ye run secondary technical no so yeso ye wo ho eti instruments ne materials ne apparatus e de be adwuma no nyina ye nyanya bi enam say ye started technical program enko na nimu ntino ye lacking nema bebra esese ye nsaka bi se de be ya aban no ani suade hu no pese vocational education no cost no technical vocational education no cost no atimi ayeye form 1 for be minim bebia akonyo on betra so de me no kasa nyina me secretary na draft letter ye dey call GS headquarters any Ministry of Education say we supply with about 500 units of furniture that are tables and chairs 500 your form and form about you know a better transfer if you say they now harder than ebubu a ye repair continuous use no wear and tear into no ebubu ebi are beyond repairs ultimate repair bi nti ni nyina aye challenges ayewo nyame adaroma classrooms did am kase 12 units and you laboratories science lab ne various studio home economics studio visual studio technical studio nyina bi boy dormitories dey there enche and aban bi see bi ma boys no and girls no omo enya 400 unit capacity dormitory anka beboa na ama school no so akonani na population afibia increase me kan kwada almost three other regions ne ba hard watch the way be onwanwa and nti no school no hiamoa
Ohawa amanfo a wo mo nyambe kire wo himan lowa di nchamansi mu fifi mantemu efa adesua ho ne se from ajampantudu bi e boy no asay ma sisi school adan e wo ho nyina ne so apa nti omo stress ankorankore na ekueku awdan shaban ase ne aban be ye omo mu ase na be yankoda no ebenya baby akusuku
JHS1 omo blog no from boy ma edan no so pa na e pa ne sa ma so be butu dan na so nti ama edan mu na nyina no aklake nti mema nadmofo asote nti o ma be yo mo report eko nti sabre so sala ye nto mo nka nti ama mene PT ne mpanifo na wo kurunum no ya bomade anya asore dan bi na sisi a mo wo mbet sala asore dan se ne site no omo eyira o nti no sabre ya mi gina he mesre aban mampani se abama mpanifo aba behwe na edan no senate no yentumi ntram tise ibugu because a papa Clark Bibre na me sanso sere me MP se ono so o mehwe na omra no mehwe na oma expert mehwe na nka omungu na omo maye no foforo maye ntisa de a nyama nkoye maye
5 from sa KG awosi na aye school dan aban asiwa ha ofia aban si school dan a yehwa ema school no ekonanim nso school ya wo nyama kire ha ebinum akwa kodu soro baabi a mpanyimfo afi ha akwa kodu soro baabi a yehwa nka modern bona afi nyama kire no ekosoro pa fi se baabi kura krake ya enya kura na se ya hwani ya ebugu a mofra be ye se 50 de ebetuma ko fi se mofra wo dan ho no do so pa
hadwen
but you know, you buy home and I did to see you have. You buy home, but on nothing. And so, son and I, my brother, and Zikan, Osha, and Batman, Mumbles, see them, but yet, you never hookah. Yes, sir, a bang. Your dance is here, saying, your man call you, the may you more free, a hack, I sold them. Bring your grandpa, your man answer to a mobile behavior. And another move for your mom, her blana crack, Yabadamina, and school dance, I have a permanent and tell her, just more than my mind. Now, yes, we in your school dine, now for your school, so don't call him.
About 5 days in is your 10 dinosaur. So yes, a 2 by a dynamo cracky. He said, it's my so say a dynamo to me, work with yes, Wintina. On the ambassador days, that's why they made a cry you or so quite a queer. Until your son and I say, oh, my boy, no me is good. I need my name to me, cushion idea. You hear textbook side with me, dear Siade. There's also a computer lab, any library.
Because your teacher for nature idea. I guess someone can some for money and son. I'm dear Babache. Maybe you may be on better laptop and as a computer no honor. And yard your movie. Just some cobra and son or many BTS lab and say, I buy my boy. Send a bay teacher from some bless of Betty.
Na yeda so a ewo community watch no emu ewo mfimfiri mantam ho na adehia wo mu ewo gomua da home ya ewo eye gomua central mansini mu mfimfiri mantam mu asem na meken wo mu aye oye kire kese pa edi atia wo mu mrahye bedwam ni ono aso ene ye osoafo abedi kire ohwe eye afisem so honorable nana eyi akwansa afi wo mu aye bi atia wo mu aban krache pani honorable Benjamin Kojo Otu say wo mu ahwe ama akwan ahodo ewo mpotam ho nyina eso atutu a wo mo ntimi enye ho hwe enti wo mo oye kire kese de atia wo se wo mo emra na wo mo meye bibi emfa ho.
Town Development Committee and the entire dignitaries of Gomwadahom, by this medium humbly write this petition to Honorable Nana Eyakwansa, the member of Parliament Gomwa Central, and the Honorable Benjamin Kojo Otu, the District Chief Executive of Gomwa Central. The purpose of this letter is to appeal to the High Office to help address the following challenges hindering the development of Gomwadahom Township. Poor nature of road network, lack of public place of convenience. We appeal to your outfit to address these challenges with immediate effect.
It's not the I do a kitchen, Mr. Master Bede, Portisha, in Bellabone to the night on fence it up. Yeah, quite in tea. And see, yes, sir, when the wood by my.
And I said DC and an MP, 1 month to an more bima. And a Sebastian, you bought to Tifico, assign Archie will be our Fialim, and see a best there. May I kill will be 10 hours supreme. Now, I
oh, you say for me, I don't know why. You're in your car. You're proud of what you could talk. Now, that's it. I was the 4 hours to walk with you, not when I say, no wonder my say, no, yet to whom. It's in on Namu, Mary, Yabahe. It's one may have when ye, my
you to one yabre, Mancasaso or Dick Rono, so many abre, copy me there. I quay I had 2.5 miles to down. Nasa and Suto, Naka and Tumko, Naka and Tumemba, on Yan so, and just said easy. Don't catch Yamamina, the Omla no Mafia Gumadam, no on Shay and Quine of my
Penny, your democratic rights, Bibi Homa, Mosumbatum has press. Major me honorable of Parliament, Major President, and His Excellency and other than Father. No madam as the war, and a mana muchi, Bibiara Cordo as we give the other massive. The Mokan so, Mijis there, Carno, Nyaza ye, Mambe to that's there. You to one a monary ye. The Homobada Hobaya and Fee P. You to one a monarma, contractor Abada. Why you many be? Into Nyaza Yadado, many MP, and the one be I order you to on you. Now, Mozabe, you put 1 a month, my after that contractor will come back to site. Naza, our door, Yema, more harmony. Yeah.
Ewi adishima ma yede kasa bonu ekwa manoni nsemu.
Yeko amanoni nsemu ana yekopie mu ewo teki ye nyina enimare hosem ne atoyere nchemu a asi ewo ho enam so ma ships ahodo a esese wo mkokopie mu ewo port ahodo a ewo ho no enam se atoyere nchemu no ano edin na babia wo begina kra no aye boachi bidin ewo ho entie no eyade a sesia no eye wo mo esese wo mo hwe no wo mo ahwe se wo mo endivert sa ships ni nyina enkokopie mu ewo miamia ahodo sesia no eye port ahodo a ewo ho eni chese containers ahodo esisi ho nyina no fiti enura nyina no eyade a eja edam ti se de be yo betimi abosa containers ene ships ahodo no ho eban no wo mo ayese wo mo fo mani enkyere babi foforo na wo mo mfa saa ne mani nyina nko se de be ya brepa mu no wo mo ebesan ede aba bepie mu ewo eye miamia ahodo no a earthquake no esiye ewo ho.
Yada so awatrenche mo esi ewo Turkey no sesi e kasa dipa dodo no ade susu se edan dwurugu omo so ayentumi enyi wo mo na eno na European Union panyifo kire se omo de nkraman a omo tumi hwehwan nema ehunu se bia asemasi wana so abenti wan ha no omo de beye aduasa na ekwa enu achi nso no omo de womo a aben na omo nim se betumi aboa ama yetumi ehu bebia nipa hye de yetumi ayi no afiri ho no beye apem ene ahanu ne de aborosa na ekwa akoboa ama sese womo a ehye saa bia ho a yenya ehu womo no ebetumi ahwe na yeyi omu nyina de afiri ho enye Turkey nko Syria mamu so saa trenche mu asase wusu ebi esi wo ho a mesi ekese wo so ho akire omu ye papa na so nam se wo ko ekoso wonti no aye den ama European Union panyifo so omu di nipa ebetumi akoho ewie kase bona ha na brebe ma kwan ne de nyina esi de mu akote ne bi ene se mampani apampanyifo awdo bi a onba beye na so afo
saa so eno mampani aye amamre ne amane ede eye high court judges bet 21 jumadi ahye wo
ense mi kan ne de brem se kase bo asida kwa ma this way chocolate drink and the coffee drink best point service saloons best assurance you too nchire and a special asensio
minia dance ya kakra mata de Lens Style Clothing ene pama me frɛ wo mo ewo 0244257912
Midin ya de eja kwabena mene
Ajoa obi ya obin
Eda mu nyina asema mo ni hwa na dwunundu ye bese ye hia